Hi guys, welcome back. Welcome to today's workout. Hopefully on screen. As you can see by the title, pull, push, step, row. And we're going to chuck the bike in there too. And we're just going to make it into a circuit. Normally we'll do these in individual pieces in the current programming. In other words, we'll do all the pull movement sets, all the push movement sets, all the steps, all the rows, and then intervals on the bike. But today, obviously after deadlifting, back squatting yesterday, which obviously I haven't done a video for a few days. Today was about just moving more, and therefore I broke it up and did it into a circuit style. So, just on that. The other videos I haven't done because simply the last couple of days I've been doing some little, let's call them mini challenges for myself. Some of the stuff that you see at Jim Jones. So if you don't follow the guys, go over and have a look at their various pages. Instagram is probably the easiest one. They throw out challenges every now and then. These are built into their programming. It's a lot of what I also do. I very much like their style. So it's not CrossFit. These guys have been around well before CrossFit. It's like taking proper functional training and doing the stuff. So box jumps, not necessarily box jumps, but step ups, for example, right? Not really doing overhead barbell squats, but again, an overhead hold, and I might do an overhead dumbbell squat by doing it into an overhead walking lunge, something slightly different. So that's the way I quite like that. I like Jim Jones style. I've been a big fan for years, and therefore this week I've done two of theirs. One of them was they're 100 reps, basically 100 man makers for time with a pair of dumbbells. So that's pretty much get down, row, push up, stand, and then into a thruster. So I squat and overhead press was the first one, and the second one the following day was a 100 bench press at body weight. But then to mix that up, every 3 minutes chuck in 5 burpees, or in my case body drop, so full chest and hips to the floor. And then yesterday I just felt like doing something very mundane and just basically squatting. So I just simply started at sets of 5 and 6, and just simply added weight till I got to what I was comfortable with at 160, and then did a couple of triplets at 160, obviously onto the box or the bench, not full depth, no real point, and then some what we call concentric movements with the squat. So basically into the rack, into like a half squat position, wider stance, and actually with a heavier weight. So this time we had 180 on the bar, and we simply standing to press, so that explosive coming out of the hole, as you might call it. So no eccentric loading, just simply loading here and just standing up to a full attention and pushing through. Today's workout, sets of 12 reps, 5 rounds. Take your time, rest in between the rounds, up to you. But it's more about me trying to stay within a certain heart zone. So again, I've got all the devices just because I happen to have them. And I'm trying to keep my heart rate between the high 127, 128 to 130 into the 140, 144, 145. So that's 15 BPM, and I'm trying to stay in that zone. Now what that means is for some of the movements, I've got to do them a little bit quicker, like the rows, to keep my heart rate there, because what tends to happen when I'm under load, the heart rate does plummet. So I'm trying to do them quicker. But then things like the bike, I'm trying to slow the bike down a bit because my heart rate can tend to spike into the 150s quite easily. But nonetheless, let's just get into the workout. First one is pull-ups. If you've got a pull-up bar, use a pull-up bar. You can also use the TRX suspended here, or I simply chose the bar underneath, and I went with what we call the inverted pull-up, or the inverted row, with my hips nice and bridged, and actually went with a wider grip, chest right to the bar. So you could also do chest to bar pull-ups. 12 of them. As soon as I'm finished, turn around straight on the floor. 10, full range. So hand release if you have to. Boom, boom. 12 push-ups onto the box. First round, I did do box jumps just to see what my legs were like from yesterday. Not a good thing to do. So therefore, I went into 12 box step ups. So step up, right foot, down, go back up with the opposite. So always alternating the left foot first up, right foot first up. Down here on the floor, we've got a pair of 25 kilo dumbbells, and then into simply what we call a Renegade Row. So that is a push-up position, and I'm simply rowing the dumbbells. And actually, in fact, I'm probably more rowing them, so like I'm trying to put them in my pocket and swing. put them in my pocket, swing, put them in my pocket, and bring it back down. And again, I'm going for simply a total of 12, not 12 each side. And that beep that you just heard, that is the bike calling me out. That's the final round for 12 calories on the bike. Simply sitting at around 66 to 70 RPM. It's a nice pace. That keeps the heart rate at the higher end, around the 145, but only for 12 calories, which is easily within about 40 to 45 seconds. And then I'm off the bike. And then what I wanted to do is I used in this case, I was using the Whoop strap to watch the heart rate come back down to the 130s before I then went on for the second round. So that's my, let's call it my forced recovery window to watch my heart rate come down. It got better by learning to breathe and slowing down. In my case, quite thankfully for me at my age, my heart rate recovery is quite good. I don't tend to stay up there for too long. I can bring it back down to under 100 within a minute or two. So the circuit again, inverted rows, push-ups, box step-ups, renegade rows with the dumbbells. You can use kettlebells or even a sandbag. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then onto the bike for 12 calories. 5 rounds of that. That gets me basically 60 reps of everything. And then the finisher was 60 box step-ups for finishing. And I simply started with the left legs up first for 10, changed right leg for 10, then alternated every 10 until I got my 60. We're all one and done easily within about 26, 27 minutes. That includes that forced rest. Now, if you're doing this at home and you don't have this gear, if you're following me long enough, you get a sandbag, you go and make one, your local Bunnings, your Mitre 10, your Walmart, whatever, get a 20-kilo bag of sand. It's a couple of bucks, maybe 10 bucks, and you will find you can get yourself a Hessian style bag. You can put it into a sausage format, fill it up, again, get it to the weight that you want, all right, and then zip tie off the end, and you've got yourself your sandbag. If not, a proper sandbag, a power bag, which I have up here, or my preference is my rucksack, which for me has 35 kilos in it. That's my daily, not my daily driver, but my daily walker. So what can we do then? If I haven't got my row, okay, what I might be able to do is I might be able to come into a push-up position, and I might be able to pull my bag across. So I'm in the plank position, and I might be able to pull my bag and my sandbag across. Why? Because I'm still pulling through the rear of my shoulder, through my scapula, and that might mimic some of this. Push-ups are push-ups. Don't have a step to step up on, find a step outside the pergola, the deck, into the house. If you don't have that, then simply go into walking lunges. Walking lunges is your replacement for this. When it comes to the Renegade Row, you don't have that, then what you could do is you could come into a bent row with your sandbag. So that's your mimic. So you can, just to recap, this one here we said push up and drag versus the bent over row. You can use either of those to replace these two. That's simple, that's straightforward. And then when it comes to the little sprint type finisher on the cardio equipment, ski erg, rower, treadmill if you've got it. Otherwise, shuttle runs for say 40 seconds up and down the driveway, or my favorite, grab a skipping rope, or alternately, do a bit of shadow boxing, like duck and move, like you're being hit by someone on a game, bum, 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 even if it's your Wii Fit or whatever, but move and move with a passion and move with a purpose to elevate that heart rate for about 40 to 45 seconds. Your final one then, if you don't have the box step ups, then that is what I said, it is 60 walking lunges and then you will be done. Okay, that's it. Now, walking lunges, it is 1, 1, 2, 2, because that's what you have to do here. Step, step, down, down is 1 rep. Step up, down, down. That is 2 reps. So therefore, walking lunges, you will only count the 1 leg. 1, 2, 3, and so on. That's it. That's the workout for today, guys. Look, I've got a new group for 2022. I will put the link in the description below. It's a performance blueprint for Gen Xers, guys like me who are in your 40s to your late 50s, almost encroaching the baby boomers in the 60s. And it's all about performance blueprint. And I can go into details about why I want performance rather than aesthetics or rather than longevity. We can get into that at a later date. But the performance blueprint is there. I've got a new group for this year. I've already put some stuff in it. And again, it's just my 2 cents worth on certain things that I see that tend to affect our age group, so like people rushing to get bariatric surgery, you know, the stomach stapling because they can't control the food thing and they want to get skinny. And look, I've got someone close to me that has done that. And I think that, quite frankly, I think that that step, that approach for me, I think that that's quite what I call bastardry. It's the bastardry of bariatric surgery because it doesn't actually fix what is the problem that we had in the first place, and that is the control over the food and knowing that it can be very simple as long as you don't get caught into all the shit that's out there, the hacks, the gimmicks, the pills, the potions, the magic lotions. But I digress, that's in the group. Link is in the description below. Please like, please subscribe, please tell a friend. My name is Dom McStraw, and in 2022, the McStraw method is basically the GenX Performance Blueprint.